help. And when you look at fuel, the way I do it is, when I look at food, I look at it as fuel. So you're fueling your body for your next workout, for whatever your day is, for whatever your life entails. If you overfill your gas tank to the point where it's spilling out, that doesn't make your car run any better. In fact, you're going to have problems, right? Same thing if there's no gas in the tank. It's not going to run very well. Your body is the same thing. If you overfill it with food, you're going to be more sluggish. You're not going to run any better. And the same thing if you're not having enough, you're not going to perform at your best. So especially for an athlete, it's important to not only eat the right foods, but to eat them in the right portion sizes and to constantly eat throughout the day, because when you're eating 5 or 6 small meals a day, you're constantly feeding your metabolism, which keeps it going instead of slowing it down. So it's not a diet, it's a way of life. So it really is just about eating the foods that you love in the right portion sizes. Does it take a little bit of work? Of course, but that's with anything, you're gonna food prep. That's important. You have to go to the grocery store and have food in your house to either make or take with you. Otherwise, you are gonna end up going out to eat. Not that there's anything wrong with going out to eat, and the whole point is it's 21 days. 21 days to make a habit, 21 days to break a habit. That's what I'm trying to make it. That's what I'm trying to turn it into. It's a habit, it's a lifestyle. So you start to use the containers, you understand the amount of foods that you're supposed to have and how many a day. So once you start doing it, like for me, I'm allowed 3 purples, that's fruit. So I just know 3 times a day I need to have fruit in my diet. I don't always have to use the purple container anymore to measure it. I just know I need to get 3 servings. The green is your vegetables. I get 4 of those a day. I can eyeball it now. I've been doing it long enough. So that's what it's teaching people, is how many times a day you should be having your vegetables, you should be having your fruit, you should be having your protein. You mix and match throughout the day however you want. I always give more tips, like I say stop eating your carbohydrates by 4 or 5 o'clock at the very latest so that your body has a chance to burn through them before you go to bed. That's just one of my tips. If you want to save fruit for after dinner as a healthy snack or something, or you want to sub in a glass of wine or chocolate for one of your yellow containers at the end of the night, you can do that. It's not going to hinder your results because I'm showing you how to do it in the right portion sizes. So it's about making it a lifestyle. I think a lot of the things where we start seeing fat-free and low-fat and things like this, where there's fat substitutes or sugar substitutes in there. So yeah, like diet soda, people think, because it's diet, it doesn't have anything bad in there. It's still laced with chemicals. They're terrible for you. Your body just doesn't know what to do with it. Anytime you start putting a processed food in your body, it doesn't recognize it. So it stores it as fat, doesn't really know how to burn it. It's not good for you. Same thing with like a fat-free chip. The flavor has to come from somewhere, so they're creating it chemically. The more you can eat a clean, whole food, if you want chips, make sweet potato chips, or slice up your own white potato and bake them yourself really thin, little sea salt, little olive oil. It's delicious and it's just way better for you. So not saying you can't have it, but if you take the extra 10 or 15 minutes to prep it and do it yourself, you're going to be way better off. I still say in moderation. That's why on the 21-day fix, the original plan, you can still have wine in there and it tells you how to do it. Like if I was going to have a glass of wine tonight, I'd have 1 less yellow, so 1 less carbohydrate, and I'd still have my glass of wine. And I say you can do that 3 times a week. Listen, at the end of the day, we live in a world where there is chocolate and there is junk food and there is alcohol and things that we want to have, and it's not really realistic to think that you're never going to have those things again. But if you do it in moderation and you're eating healthy and clean the rest of the time, it's not going to affect your results when you do have it. So that's the key. Again, it's all about finding the balance. You don't want to drink every single night of the week. If you got something coming up on the weekend and you're going to have a couple of cocktails, save it for that.